Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. I am alive, I am here, I am getting back to filming. I've been sick for over a week and during that time I developed laryngitis. It was just allergies, like really bad allergies, and then laryngitis on top of that. So I've been without a voice for like 5 days. 5 days. That's not good when both of your jobs depend on your voice. For those of you that don't know, I am an educator. And then, of course, I have this job that I do part-time on YouTube, and kind of hard to do both if you can't speak. But I'm here. I'm feeling so much better. Thank you guys so much for all of your prayers and your well wishes. Really, really meant a lot to me. But now it's time to get back to work. And today we're going to be trying out the new Too Faced Pinker Times Ahead palette. This is going to be an entire collection. It's going to include, I think, like 6 different blushes. There's going to be some eyeliners, and of course this palette. It is Valentine's Day themed. I realize we haven't even gotten to Christmas yet, so you know the brands, makeup brands, fashion brands, they're always way ahead of the season actually that we're actually in. But this is the palette, and I got this one from QVC. It is no longer available. It like sold out so fast. Here's what the color story looks like. This is a 14 pan palette, and it does retail, or it will retail, for $42. I don't have a date as to when this is going to be fully released. I don't know if it'll be before Christmas. Not entirely sure, but you can look like on Trend Mood's page over on Instagram, and she does have like pictures of all the blushes and stuff like that. The only thing that they were selling at QVC was this palette, and again, it has sold out since. So I'm excited to try out for you guys. I'm going to be doing 2 looks with the palette today, obviously because of my voice, and you know, I just need to ease back into things. Normally I would have done at least 3 looks, so I'll owe you a look. If the palette is good, I'll owe you a look with this particular palette. If it is your first time here on my channel, I want to say hello and welcome to all of you. My name is Steff, and this is what I love to do. Normally don't sound like this, but this is what I love to do. I love trying out new makeup. I love doing multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes. I do makeup ranking videos. We just talk about makeup here. We have a good time while talking about the makeup. If that sounds like somewhere you want to be and something you want to see on pretty much a daily basis, I do tend to upload quite a bit. Do me a favor and click on the subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you're a fan of Too Faced, or maybe you're just curious about this Pinker Times Ahead palette, give this video a thumbs up before you go. As usual, everything that I'm using, I have trying out. I'm actually doing, this is the second video I filmed today because I'm trying out a new Tarte palette. But everything will be linked and listed in the description box. Some of those things might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel, especially during this time that I've been sick. Guys, all your support has meant so much to me. Let's dive into today's video with Pinker Times Ahead. If you guys want to see this palette in action, keep on watching. Now, I've already primed my eyelids with the Too Faced Shadow Entrance Primer. That has been my favorite primer of the year, and that is just a primer that I'm going to continue to use from here on out. It really doesn't crease or anything. It just helps the eyeshadow stay put all day long. So this palette, not a revolutionary color story. You know, it's a pink peach palette with a pop of blue. Where do I want to start? I think what I'm going to do, I like this shade up here. I like swatching this shade too. So I think I'm going to start with this one first in the inner corner. And then I think I'll work into this one towards the outer corner. Like, there's not going to be depth in this palette. This is going to be a really, really light looks, springtime looks. And if those are the looks that you're going for, if this performs well, then this might be something you want to pick up. But I'm going to start first with this shade. Using my Game Beauty E01. Really been enjoying a lilac shade like this. I think it is so pretty, so versatile. And this one seems to be packing on and blending out really nicely. Now I'm going to go into the darker pink with a Refer 13. So this is probably going to be the darkest shade in the palette. That's a nice pink. That built up and blended out really well. I like that. I think I'm going to bring that pink down to the lower lash line. Just a little bit. I could leave it as an all matte, but I'm not going to just because I'm only doing 2 looks. So I want to try as many shades as I can. I want to do a shimmer, but look, that would look pretty good as an all matte. Now I feel like I want to do this purple and then maybe this other lighter pink. So I'm going to start first with this shade. I'm using a damp rougher 21. Where's the sparkle? Hit it with my finger. Better if you pick it up with your finger, but not that great. Taking out damp Morphe M124 and that light pink. No, it's gonna have to be your finger. No, don't like it. We were doing good with the mattes, and then the shimmers are just, no. On a BH Cosmetics pencil brush, I'm going to go in with this shade. Add a little bit more of the darker pink. The shade I like. Alright, let's try something for the inner corner. Oh, I see we're getting this like bone color shade. I can use that for the brow bone. I guess I'll try this shade for the inner corner. And I'm using that BH Cosmetics pencil brush, and I did spray it. Same brush, I just cleaned it off. I'm going into that bone color shade. Add a little bit up here. Alright guys, let me add the finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 1. Alright guys, so here's the completed look. What do you guys think? I added my favorite Shop Miss A Alexis lashes, a little bit of Wet n Wild Breakup Proof liquid liner to the top lash line, and for the lower waterline, a ColourPop cream gel liner. This is a new shade for me, and this one is called Fruit Fantasy. The mascara I'm using in today's video, here it is, it's from Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. You know, it looks nice, but it took some work with the shimmers. I do like the mattes. The mattes are saving this look. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this next look turns out. So let's move over to the left eye and we'll start working on look number 2. Okay, for look number 2, I kind of want to play with the blue because I think that's just a focal point, I guess, of this palette. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be working with this shade right here and this one right here. This one is a sequin shade, like a matte with a little bit of sparkle, but I know when I swatched it out, the sparkle blended away really quick. I'm using a rougher 15. It's a nice shade. Nice transition. Now in a rougher 13, I'm going in with that sequin. And I just treat it as a matte because that's what it is. Just with a little sparkle, but not really. I'm going to add a little bit of this shade right here. Just right up to the top. Alright, let's go into the blue shimmer. So I think I'm just going to go in with my finger. Oh, yeah. I'm like really pressing. That's disappointing. Maybe it's more of a topper shade. But, I mean, they can't all be topper shades, can they? No, 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 no. I'm gonna do the green. Wow, that's better. So much better. I'm gonna try this one. Even that one's better than the blue. Isn't that terrible? I know a lot of you are gonna want the palette because of the blue. No. I'm gonna add a little bit of the matte, the sequin. I'm just gonna use the sequin shade for the lower lash line. I'm using a BH Cosmetics pencil brush. Alright, now so for the inner corner, there's two shades I haven't used. This one and this one. Actually, I think I'll be able to use both of them. I'm going to run this along underneath the darker shade, and then I'll put this one in the inner corner. I feel like this larger shade, you can use it as a blush if it shows up. These are very light shades. Again, no real depth with this palette. While that shows up, why couldn't the rest be like that? Alright guys, I'm going to add the finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 2. Alright guys, here's the completed look number 2. Same everything with the exception of the lower waterline. I went in with this one from Urban Decay and the Robin Eisenberg collaboration. This one is the shade Lunar Landing. Just to bring out that blue that is pretty much non-existent. That's unfortunate. So let me go ahead and wrap up today's video. I'm going to share with you guys my final thoughts. I'm also going to compare this to last year's. I think this was the Too Femme collection. And I'll give you some dupe alternatives in case this palette is not going to be in your future. Alright guys, so I used all 14 shades that are in this palette to achieve these two looks right here. And while I think that the matte shades are pretty decent, you know, they're neutral matte shades. I don't doubt that you have even this color story a few times over if you have a larger collection. But even if you don't have a larger collection, the matte shades, I definitely think you have them already somewhere in your stash. Unfortunately, the shimmer shadows, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 7 shimmer shadows. I mean, the only one that I think was good was this larger one down here. That's the one I have on the inner corner. But it's unfortunate because I know a lot of you are looking at this palette, and you will be looking at this palette at the department stores, Sephora, Ulta, and you're going to say, oh, look how pretty, the packaging is so cute. But unfortunately, what's inside is not that cute. It doesn't perform that great. I mean, the mattes are good, but like I said, you already have these mattes, okay? And then the shimmer shadows, I'm sure you have better in some of your other palettes. I really wanted to make this work. I had a feeling it wasn't going to work. And for $42, no, I would not waste your money on this one. Not even if it was on sale would I buy this. Now, last year, they released the Too Femme collection, which I love the packaging on this one. I kept it on display for a good while just because I love the butterflies. And I think the color story in here, kind of similar, right? Except this is a little bit more brown, warm tone leaning. What's inside just didn't work. I mean, we have that same little lilac shade. We have that same little pink. We have this shade that I was really looking forward to. This one was a disappointment. But you can see the layout is kind of similar. And this is the darkest shade in the palette, which I think this palette, because of that shade, will go a little bit deeper. But I didn't have a good experience with this one. Same thing with the shimmers. It's not there for $42. Don't waste your money on this. I think one of you mentioned that you had picked this up on sale because right now you can find this for like 20 bucks. Let me know what you're thinking of it. For me, I think I used this once or twice after filming with it, and then never again. What I did use, and what I do still love to this day, is the blush that came in this Two Femme collection. And this is, what is it called? Butterfly Bear. This is a beautiful blush. And they are releasing, I think, 5 or 6 different blushes in the Pinker Times Ahead collection. I think those are going to be worth checking out. I also think the eyeliners that are going to be in this collection are going to be worth checking out. Unfortunately, the eyeshadow palette, no. I do not recommend you guys check that out, but I have been enjoying the blush from last year. And yeah, those are my thoughts on Pinker Times Ahead from Too Faced. I like the size of the packaging. It's the same as the one from last year. It's just unfortunate that what's inside is not that great. If you want some alternatives, something that's going to be less, I think all of these are less than $44. I pulled out the Barbie and ColourPop, Malibu Barbie and ColourPop palette. Obviously, it's a brighter palette, but these shades pack a punch. You're going to see these shimmer shades. You're going to really see these neutral shades pop up. And this is such a beautiful palette to work with. The newest palette, one that you'll find at Ulta right now, it's a Small World, also from ColourPop. This was a shocker for me. But you see that you have, you know, the blue, the purple, lilac shade, pink. You have some of the same tones that are in the Pinker Times Ahead. So let me just hold these up. And you can kind of see. They're really similar. This was a shocker for me. I wasn't expecting ColourPop, this particular palette, to be that great. It actually is. It actually performs pretty well. If you can get past the different pan shapes and stuff, It's a Small World is actually pretty good. A nice little dupe alternative for that one. And then last but not least, I pulled out Blend Bunny Dollhouse palette. I think this is $45. Too Faced is $44. But look at how many shades you're getting in the Blend Bunny. And they might even be having a sale right now. I'm not too sure. But you can get your pink and blue in here. And you have purple down here. This is like a green, like an antique green gold shade. A lot more versatility with a palette like this. But you can see you have the lighter shades, the medium, the deeper shades. This is just a beautiful palette to work with. And those are my thoughts, guys. Now I want to hear from you. Let me know what you are thinking of Pinker Times Ahead from Too Faced. Let me know if maybe you ordered it from QVC, those moments that it was available on their website. But let me know your thoughts and if you're going to be picking this one up. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. I've been drinking a ton of it, and I will see y'all very soon. Bye.